All right. Good
Morning.
morning.
Guess
Okay.
what?
It's
It's
not
Wednesday.
Tuesday. It still seems a little weird these
It's a
days.
little, of course, we didn't do this on
No,
Tuesdays, but it's still weird.
it is everything.
It's just everything shifted.
Yeah, I don't quite feel like I've gotten into the groove yet. All
Nope.
right, so let's
Me either.
turn comments on over here. What's up with that music? I mean, I'm sorry, it's just the music that happens when you
Are waiting to go live.
right. Yep, I can change it, but I'm sorry.
There's only so many things you can play that are, you don't have copyright things
Yeah,
and
I think it's the Baby Lock logo music
yeah,
that
I remember
happens.
that. Yeah.
Yep. So,
It's
anyways,
attached to that. I forgot my earrings.
you forgot your earrings. Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm naked.
So, I'm assuming that you heard the music and that you guys hear us. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
We have a slightly different setup today, so we're hoping that this goes well.
Yep, trying out a new camera.
A new camera.
So
We can actually zoom in and out on us a little bit now, which is a different
it's a
feature.
whole new feature.
It is. So yeah, this is a really cute project.
I am super excited.
And you said it's much easier than the pies,
So
previous pies.
you may have seen, we showed it in our December, gifts and suggestions and
Mhm.
things. I had made a pie and then glued it to a bowl and made like a pincushion out of
Yeah.
it. Well, I made a bunch of those.
Mhm.
I made them for all of you guys. I made them
Yes.
for all of my sewing family members.
Right.
I made a lot of pie that I couldn't eat. So those were very involved comparative to this
Yeah.
because those took 2 hoopings. Actually, more than 2 hoopings because you had
The layers, right?
the lattice one go direction, then you had another hooping of lattice going the other direction, and then you had to trim all of those down.
Right.
You were supposed to rinse them. I skipped that step.
Yep.
And then you put it all together, and this one is all done in one hooping. So
Yep. Super cute.
and
So
it is so cute.
and we are talking about this adorable sweetie pie towel. And I was playing with the tea towels a little bit, the waffle leaf towels this morning. And I really got it wet. I wanted to just kind of see how badly it was gonna shrink it. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. And it's actually pretty square. So if you've done any of the Kimberbell blanks, you know that sometimes
they aren't
they're not
as square
all
as you would like them to be.
right. But this one was pretty square.
Good.
So
Well,
I
hopefully
was
that stays consistent
pretty pleased.
because, there's the random square ones on the
Yes.
others too. So hopefully that all
Hopefully
of
I
yours
didn't
are
just
the same.
pick
The right
the
one.
one random one that is correct.
So I really love this.
It's really cute.
If you purchase the kits through us, you are receiving both of the towels that are in the set.
Mhm.
You can see that a little bit in the picture next to us. You don't have to go there as of yet, or you can. So we've got the white one, and then there's the cool gray that's in the back. At least I think that's what it's called, something like that.
Yeah.
It's just gray.
Gray,
This time around.
white and
So, this is basically what you get. Sans stabilizer. We don't include stabilizers in the kits. It just gets you because we of course have no idea what hoop you've been using. Um, you get entire roll of the felt, which will do both of your towels if you would like, and still have some left over. And then there is a piece of the red, which is your backing of the pie itself.
Mhm.
And there's plenty again to do both pies
Yeah.
with that. So you can do both towels, or you can do different towels, whatever it is, if you have enough to do the
Two.
whole thing the way our kit is set up.
Yeah.
So
You could make 2 pies
you can make 2 pies if you're hungry.
if you're hungry.
Yes,
All right, and we have the design loaded. This will work in a 5-7 hoop.
it will.
And I'm assuming it's 2 pieces again. So there's 2 designs. The centering is
The centering square is a separate design. You will want to load that as the first design and then load your Hey Sweetie design on top of that. And
apparently our sound is not great today. So we will, start this,
and
and I
see
will
if it
attempt to make
anything
a change on that. Yeah.
can fix that.
So, um,
All right.
let's try. I can see that
Well,
it's working.
it's working, but it's at 2 bars, so I don't know if that's,
Better, worse, about the same. We can move our mics to see if that changes.
um, let's try and point the microphone in a different direction.
Okay, so the music kept going loud and then soft, and your voices are doing the same thing. I wonder if it's you or me saying, okay, well, this is interesting.
It is, because that doesn't have anything to do with well,
Right.
um, microphones used to go through the other
They used to go through that, but I have,
that we're using the same microphones.
we are.
So, it
Um,
how about I get started on this and you can I
I'll
don't know
mess
what,
around.
you mess around
Yes.
over there. How about
So
that?
hopefully you can hear what we're saying, but we're going to just go ahead and
We're
get
gonna keep
started.
moving. I'll make sure I'm pointing to everything. Can I have those?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. So, this is, the instructions that we, of course, printed out. They are included with your design, and, all of your sizes are here. Oh, it's never a dull moment.
I'm gonna turn this one off for just a second.
Okay. So, once you have all of your pieces cut, you are going to want to use a sticky in the hoop. So, we've scored that, and we need to peel those back. This is a wash away, so you can see that there are the little dots in there, and so that is a wash away, sticky, and we just need to prep the hoop and get that ready to go. All right, so once you have your hoop ready, you're gonna take that over to the machine, and that will be then ready to stitch. Your other things of prep will be, and we did not cut this down, this is the full size. You're going to wanna put fusible backing on your red fabric. So, make sure that you have that nice and firm so that it sits nice and pretty inside of your pie. Once we have that, we're going to want to switch over to the machine and stitch the crosshairs. The felt is washable, so it says right on your packaging. But that's a great question, Marilyn. So let's see. Do, 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 do. So Marilyn asked, is the felt washable or is this just going to be a decorative towel? Which is a great question. And if you are looking at your felt packaging, it says right in there that it is iron friendly and it is also machine washable. So you can certainly do both of those things, iron and wash on your when you're using the Kimberbell felt. So I'm going to switch back over here and we're going to go ahead and place that towel in the hoop. So right in the directions, you're going to get your towel ready to go after you've got your crosshair. And you're going to fold that in half together. And then you're going to measure 5.5 inches. Again, it gives you the measurement in your instructions. So 5.5 inches up and fold that in. So we're going to take that crosshair and place that right into that square. Now, depending upon which side you folded, you're going to want the fold on the line. So if you folded it the other direction, you'll be over here as it shows um, but your fold is going to be in that center line. We're gonna press that and then open our 5.5 marking and press again. And then get that nice and smooth in the hoop. So now we are ready to go ahead and stitch. No questions, right? You don't have a clue, I bet. Oh,
Marion, is the felt washable
I
on
did
the
that one.
towel? Okay, that's the only one that I see.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So once we have that, we are now going to do, I didn't get a topper either.
you need a topper?
We do. Says wash. So as I mentioned before, you want to make sure that you have fusible backing on your filling fabric, which is our red cherries. So we're going to make us a nice cherry pie here.
Sound is better. Okay.
Hopefully that's going to stick with that.
Yeah. So I'll grab
All right.
and
Yep. And a wash.
the mic settings too.
Okay. Yeah, wash away.
Wash away.
Yep. All right. So what we're going to do is the first step of the towel itself is going to be a placement line for where to place our filling fabric, which again is going to it's going to be I'm trying to answer the question there. I'm just looking to see if it's these are 100% cotton towels. So if I have to stab in the dark, I would say that they could very possibly shrink when you wash. The recommended wash settings are to um, machine wash in cold water and lay flat to dry. So don't put them in the dryer. Otherwise, you will definitely see some shrinkage. If you are super concerned, then yes, you can always pre-wash when you are working with cottons if you need to handle that kind of thing. Um, the color that I am putting in right now that's going really, really nice is number 187 from the Exquisite line. And this is my placement line for my um, again, the filling fabric. Thank you. And the 187 is part of our kit.
Yes.
I don't know what happened to our kit. It has been spread far and wide. It's been picked over. We're going to have to remake that. Oh, I should put that down first, but that's okay. It wants to put this underneath.
Really?
That's what it says.
It is very strange.
Uh-huh. I'm not really sure the benefit, except that it would keep it in place.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's a new one.
Do what it says.
Will do. So, I apologize. In the instant, I saw that it needed wash away topping, but I've never put wash away topping down before even a placement line. That's a new one. So, it wants that down beforehand. I think I'm gonna just put it on top.
Okay.
What do you
Seems fair.
well, I don't know. What do you think?
I think that is
Because then it'll show inside, between the felt.
right.
Yeah, we'll do it their way. We'll follow
Directions
directions.
and see
What
what
the heck?
happens. I mean, I'm sure it's there for the I feel like it's there more for Hey Sweetie than anything.
Yeah. Agreed. So make sure that your topper does extend up above the stitch line up here so that it will keep your Hey Sweetie um, above the waffles instead of sinking into
Yes.
those. As far as these guys go, um, I am going to just use the corner. So like I said, we did not subcut our red filler um, down. We just did the whole thing. So I am just going to place that on top there, and then I'll trim away the excess, and I'll save my other filler for my towel number 2,
There we go.
because I'm definitely making this again to take home because
It's
it
so
is just super,
cute.
super cute. I will still be using, of course, my red. Oh, I'm in a tippy chair.
You are in a tippy chair. Don't tip.
Now she tells me, don't tip. How do you think I knew I was in a tippy chair?
I'll catch you.
Okay. I'm gonna face plant into the luminaire here. All right, so I have my water topper there, and I am again covering up my my stitch line there. We're gonna tack that in place. It's got just a little bit of curvy lines where the pieces cut out. Just a little bit.
That'll be fun to trim around.
I don't think you'll notice it.
I
But
don't
maybe
think so
you will.
either. I'm so sorry.
I have to keep back off my back because my back was so bad this morning. It was a bad decision. I could open the door.
Door to get yourself.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't. You won't see it on camera, so you're good.
Ugh.
All right. So cute.
All right. So obviously we're having cherry pie here.
Yes.
So I now need to trim away the excess. Oh, that nice breeze. Did you ever think you'd hear me say that?
No, it's been a while.
All right. So going to just
All right. So we were having a little bit of difficulty with our mics this morning. Lisa has the waffle weave towel in. She also has the water soluble underneath it. We have done the first stitching down here, and she is going to trim away the excess applique fabric.
and I am not trimming
The water
the
soluble.
water soluble. Just gonna leave that little sucker alone.
I guess maybe having that underneath there does help that your scissors don't catch on the towel.
You are not wrong, because there would definitely be a
A little bit of
little bit of a bump.
sometimes you can catch into the edges, so maybe that's why. I can really hear the scissors cutting through today. Isn't
Yeah.
that weird? So good morning to everybody who's just joining us. Jane says she is not a real big fan of the felt. What would you suggest in place of it?
In this instance?
The problem is that the design itself isn't it's digitized for something that would be raw edge.
Mhm.
And there aren't a lot of products out there that you could substitute felt with and still get the same look. You would really need to make some changes to the actual design if you wanted to put like regular fabric in place. It's just going to fray on the outside edges as soon as you wash this. Um, so I really don't think that there
Mhm.
is a good substitute for this. Um, I will keep pondering that, but I
Yeah,
can't think of
I
anything
don't know that I
else.
have a good, answer to that. Um
Nothing that would really, and it wouldn't have the same texture.
It wouldn't, because it also has loft to it.
Right,
So, I suppose you could try like a heat transfer vinyl or something like that, which would give you a crisp edge, but there would be no loft, and um, you would see the holes where your needle would go in.
right,
I wouldn't want glitter,
right.
um, especially on a towel.
Yeah,
And the nice thing about the felt is uh, it you can use it as a towel still.
yep,
I mean, it's soft, and if
right.
you're drying something, it would not be a harsh uh, thing on the towel itself.
Marilyn is asking, would cork work or would it be too thick? I have a feeling once you see how you're going to need to
You're
trim
not going to
out
want to
this,
cut the cord.
that you would understand why. So theoretically, cork could be a replacement, but the stitching on this, where you're trimming out, um, that would be a that would be a bear to trim around the little ins and outs that are going to make this. Would you agree?
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Yeah, I'm
The
looking at it.
outside edge wouldn't be so bad, but
Right.
the inner part, this has a little heart in here, and they are little.
Mhm.
Um, that would not be fun trying to cut out of cork.
No,
Um,
'cause there's
there's
no
no give
give.
to that. There's no stretch where the felt has a lot of give. You can, stretch
Yeah.
and move it and shift it, and you can pull up and snip to get not your fingers, your scissors in there.
Mhm.
Makes it a lot easier. Plus, it has that 3D poof, which is what you want for a crust kind of thing. So,
Right.
um, this next stitch is going to show where I need to place the um, the
The felt?
crust felt itself. So there's two layers of crust. You're going to have your top crust, and then you're going to have your edge crust. So tell it who's boss. We are actually putting in. When I went to get the threads last night, um, evidently you guys have really been in need of brown thread because there's almost no brown thread on our rack of either Floriani or Exquisite. And as I said, my SNL thread kit has
Yeah,
been severely picked over by the store. I don't know where all of
they
these
have to
things.
be there
They've got
somewhere,
to be here
and
somewhere.
they're probably
But
in weird
yeah,
drawers.
and I did wander a bit, but then I was like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
So I wandered over and I got this color. This is a Mettler color, which is not something we normally. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's not one we normally use in our stitch outs just because
Well, and they're also
they're small
small.
spools, and so it's not a normal piece. But this is probably close to like a 25-26 in Exquisite or a 745 in Floriani, somewhere in that range. But it's just a deep brown. It's a little bit darker than the
Mhm.
crust, is where you'll see when we get there. So this is the placement line for piece one of the felt.
And in case anybody else is also wondering this same thing, this is a digital dealer exclusive. So if you have purchased the design, and I know that Marianne has, you will always find your designs in your Kimberbell account. So you will need to go to kimberbell.com, and you will need to sign in order to get your design. They will be in your account. Kimberbell will send you an email at the beginning of each month, um, with a link to the design. But if you missed that email, or it went to your spam folder or something like that, you should be able to sign in and get that design. If you do not already have a Kimberbell account, you will need to set up one. And when you go to set that up, you will need to ensure that you are setting it up with the same email address that you gave us. That's right, because that's the email address that we are loading to Kimberbell to tell them to give to you. So that is where you will find that.
So we don't need to switch over. All we're doing is putting felt on top of this. So
Okay.
I'm just going to lay it over here. Um, the felt roll
Mhm.
in the pack is 12 inches wide, and the two pieces are slightly different. I just cut two 6x6 squares. I didn't follow the instructions because it
'Cause
was so much easier to
easier.
just go that route.
Yeah.
So These are a little oversized of what were requested by the kids, so just FYI.
Good to know.
A little bit bigger than what they had. So if your piece doesn't look quite like this, if you follow the instructions, you'll know why. Because I didn't follow the instructions. I know it's a shock, right?
So hard to follow instructions.
So you can see probably a little bit anyways, you can actually see this thread stitching. And that is what I was going for. I didn't want a thread that couldn't see that was like,
Yeah.
I had one that was exactly the same color as this in my thread kit, but I needed something that gave it an edge, especially on the crust piece because you can't see the braid
Right.
without that. So this is just a little bit darker than the actual. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's adorable.
It looks very cute.
So this is just tacking it down, and then I get to trim around all of that.
Woo!
Yay! I think I'm gonna need.
Valerie got your catch order. It will be shipped out as soon as it's assembled.
I knew it was in stock. I actually don't have like anything out of stock. It's kind of crazy.
I know.
Denmark. I have a weird line on me.
You have two weird lines on you.
It's weird. It's weird. I have weird lines.
A weird line.
I'm just looking down. I'm like,
It almost looks like you put your hand in something and it marked you, like a track of something.
yeah,
Like
kinda.
Did you reach under like your car seat or anything today, or
Nope.
no?
Maybe I wiped my eye and that makeup left over, but I showered this morning. So
Oh no! You had to do it twice.
I got nothing. I don't know.
All right, it's so cute.
And now there's all these
Little-
interior parts
Yes.
that we need to trim out. So this is per the cork question, why I wouldn't use cork.
Yeah.
Because of the interior hearts there.
I mean, I suppose you could take some liberty with this and like choose where you want it to cut out. But ideally, you're cutting the inside of the heart so that the cherry pulls through, not the large piece in here, because
Correct.
that would defeat the purpose. Sort of.
I
It
mean,
wouldn't hold down as well.
I mean, you can put just cute little cutouts of crust on top of a pie.
Yes.
It would work.
Ask you how you know.
You know, your crust filling just gets cooked a little differently. But I mean, I've actually done that. I usually just place the extra crust part on top of crust, not on the filling.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a lattice out of hearts instead of.
Right.
All right. So now you guys have to watch me suffer because this is going to be a fun trim. All right. So this is felt piece number 1, and I need to make it look like that. So I am literally going to be removing from the interior of the hearts and then cutting around. So I usually like to have a little bit of a edge around my felt. I'm not going to worry a whole lot about the, I don't want to say consistency, but it'll kind of work itself, I guess, out. Um,
The camera is trying really hard to
focus.
on the white again. Can you maybe zoom in just a little bit? That's better. There you go. Not so much white.
So there will be another piece that goes over the edge. So if you're like, oh, I can see that red. Yes, I can tell too. My first thought was, oh crap, but then I remembered there's going to be something that covers that up.
What did I do?
But try not to clip the stitches. And I'm going to keep turning this so that I have a little better access.
Do you wanna laugh? Here's a picture of David and I pretty close to when we first got together.
So yesterday was what?
Our 25th wedding anniversary. Yes, I have to show the picture? Yeah, okay, let's see, let me find it again. So, here's Dave and I when we pretty close to when we first got together. I know, right?
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yes.
We're a tiny little thing.
Yeah. Here you go, I'll show everybody else so they can see it.
There they
There's
are.
Dave and I when we first got together, pretty close to when we first got together. I was a baby. I was,
Right?
19, 18, 19. Dave was 17 and I was 18 when we got together. And, he was 19 and I was 20 when we got married. Thank you. We were laughing because I kept saying to him, "Doesn't it seem like we should be doing something like it's like a rite of passage or something, like, we made it 25 years being married and we're all still alive and we're still married," and he's like, "Yeah, it seems like we should be doing something," but we did attempt to go to Florida, and then, of course, the hurricane happened, and Dave's like, "Well, that's just kind of fitting for" so but we have another Disney vacation planned, so we'll celebrate at the end of the year, closer to 26.
Yeah. Well, we probably talked about it. Ours was
Yeah,
during COVID,
COVID.
so ours was uh takeout. We ate steak dinner in our car in the parking lot of the steak restaurant in Tupperware so
Yep.
we could eat it as hot as possible. We went fully prepared with all of our silverware and steak sauce and oh, I just lost. That's all right. I think I'm good.
Is it Tweetheart again? How many more Tweetheart kits?
Well, we have pull flowers for 12. Um, do we have everything for 12?
Besides the outer border?
I would go with that and then maybe call it when we're out of those, be out of them. What do you think?
Sure. Yep. You slide up a little. There you go.
I'll have to substitute a white. I got enough before. You did the first white. And I'll have to substitute another white for this.
Not a problem.
Jane is asking, how would the Scan-A-Cut work for pre-cutting the felt? Sometimes they give
They
you,
don't for raw edge.
yeah, in theory, the new Scan-A-Cut, the rotary blade that we have would cut felt phenomenal.
It will cut it, but I don't
They
know that I would recommend it.
Yeah, so a lot of times if it's a raw edge, applique piece, Kimberbell will not give you the cut file for it because it would be really hard to get it placed exactly where you need it to be, just because there's so much going on there.
So I am getting that um, water soluble, unfortunately. Not that it matters a whole lot at this point,
Right. Yeah,
but
it's hard to not clip it
yeah.
sometimes.
Now it doesn't matter. We're done stitching in these spots,
Right.
but and I will probably go back and clean up some of these that are a little larger edges than I technically want. Felt is something that you can um, trim without too much
Yeah.
grumbling.
Yeah,
Or,
definitely, and so
like here's, I could,
exactly,
get that little extra there easily. So now I just need to get
inside those
in those hearts. So I'm literally just stabbing and snipping. So I have a scissor hold and then getting to an edge and then following around. Micro tip, the small ones, scissors, I'm speaking of, in case anybody's like, what the heck is she talking about?
And I am making a guess here. If you really wanted to, you could probably do some of this after it was done.
Yes,
So if it would, sometimes it's not easier to do it out of the hoop,
you would definitely need
the
the
outside.
outside edge completely trimmed beforehand, most definitely. But I'm almost there. Need a lazy Susan.
Right? Wouldn't that be great?
Actually have one from that caterpillar.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, caterpillar, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Something. I got the rotary one. Cutting mat, but
I think we all have it.
do we?
I think so. We're off camera again. The nerve. Now you just
told me to zoom in.
I know.
I wasn't
Well,
prepared
just
for that.
turn and put your knees underneath the table, Lisa. You can do that
I
now.
forgot. I'm not used to that as an option.
Get comfy, baby girl.
New. So used to having a kink in my back the whole time.
Right. The struggle is real.
All right, one more.
It's so stinking cute, though.
I'm very excited.
Look at those little heart cherries popping through.
So I really wanted this to be the pie.
Yeah.
That I did on those because it's just so dang cute.
Yeah.
But with the cutout slice,
no,
there was no way to make that work without literally redigitizing the whole thing. And I was like, I love everybody, but no.
Not that much.
But no, but just no. So I did put a little bit of tape on our water soluble to keep it where it's supposed to be. So we still have that brown thread in as we are going to now do the placement line for
the second
belt number 2. All right, so here we are back at the machine. So cute.
It is so cute.
And we need to order dessert from somewhere today.
We should. Crumble? I wonder what cookies they have.
They have good Oreo.
Good.
I'm
on their.
No, Tony came out on Monday. He's like, I want 3 of them. Like, well, okay, now I gotta look it up.
All right.
They had honey bun, which looked really good, and then they had a raspberry, like jelly.
Yeah.
donut.
Yeah, I don't really like fruit in my cookies.
I know you don't,
but
the Oreo one is right up your alley. I know. Of course, the Oreo one they usually run out of. So
maybe we'll have to check.
So you know, to refer back to Jane's question about the scan and cut, since we're literally just kind of sitting here with nothing. A lot of times, if you're willing to scrap something and see if if it would work, you can attempt to make everything a little bit bigger. The reason that they don't give you those stitches is because your cut line is the exact line of this stitch, and you actually need it to be just outside of it, right?
Right.
So that's why you don't get
right, because you need like a 16th of an inch or something,
a little bit of an edge around that. The problem with something like this is because of all of the interior pieces, they don't always move in the right direction.
Right.
So things wouldn't line up necessarily the way that you would like them to go. Some files will work better than others.
Correct.
So if you're willing to take a chance on whatever you're bumping those couple of millimeters larger.
And if you were going to make a bunch of these, it would definitely be worth it.
It would be worth it. And if you have software or you are fluent in the free software,
right,
and comfortable making those larger and able to go right on top of those areas, then yes, you certainly could do that. But again, lining them up
will be a little bit more
you know,
challenged.
so if this was a singular piece, how would I get that to stay in place as it's packing it down?
Right.
So there's also those types of things to consider.
Especially with felt, because it is so.
You know, you put tape on that and it fuzzes it and
Right.
it
and
stretches
it's soft,
it, and
so it, yeah, you can really distort it.
and you know, so there's multiple things to concern yourself with. It's just a matter of, you know, are you willing to fudge? Are you willing to
Right.
play?
Right.
Big picture, it's usually not worth it.
Yeah.
Um,
If you were making this out of something a little bit more stable, like cork, the cork itself doesn't have as much give,
right.
so it would
So
be easier to lay it.
and,
Exactly.
right, it would go exactly where you needed it to go.
Yeah.
What I ended up doing for my million pies,
Right.
because I had to trim them after out of the stabilizer and whatnot.
Right.
I created cut lines and I had to maneuver them a little bit.
Yeah.
So I did adjust them. I maneuvered them and then put them on my mat.
Yeah.
And cut them out of the stabilizer in sheets.
Right.
So that I didn't have to sit there and trim them all.
Right.
And I didn't think of that until how many down the line?
I
was
know.
sending you pictures of like, oh!
And I'm like, too bad you don't have a cutting machine for that.
And I was like, wait a minute.
I do.
I was like, but that's not going to work. So it took me a lot of time to make the adjustments.
Right.
But because I was making so many, it was worth the time to do that. So there are always ways. It's just not always worth the effort to go there. So, so this stitch here is why I wanted that little bit darker thread. I didn't want it to blend. I needed it to pop off a little bit. Mm-hmm. So
it's really cute.
It needed to have a little bit darker so that you can see the braid, so that it worked a little bit better.
I think my stupid mouse. Gotta love it,
right? Sure. Yeah, I nixed
I know
that
you
one.
gave up.
I was like, I can't deal with that on a daily basis. It sounded great, but
there we go. It's working.
I couldn't even get it to work with that.
It doesn't work with this. I just was sometimes shaking it makes it work again.
Like there's something loose inside.
There is definitely something loose in there. Yeah.
Definitely a top-notch mouse. No
doubt. It definitely is.
All right. So I just need to really what I have to do is trim up here so we can continue stitching. So I'm just going to get rid of that top felt so we can continue on and not keep you guys
legs under. Be comfy.
Yeah. I'm like, I thought you said center, and I was like, I'm center.
No.
What are you talking about?
Go to your hole.
Go to your corner, lady. So I did find after doing all of those pies, I liked doing small cuts on these that kind of made it not look like a completely straight line. It gave it a little bit more of a raw edge.
Looked a little bit more like actual dough.
Yeah.
Because we're rolling in the dough.
Because I'm totally rolling in the dough. Yeah, I was before Christmas. Literally. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So now we have open space here, which is where the words are going to stitch up there. So I will come back and trim that out, and I'll do that when we're done, still on camera. But if you need to get out of here, then you don't have to watch me trim the whole, unless you want to. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Can't get that one in the hole either. Okay, so we are going to stitch the word hay and a couple of hearts.
And this is S187.
So again, this is found in our kit. And if any of you are going, what is this kit these ladies keep talking about? My wife is super proud of me for doing this.
Who knew that was an exercise, right?
Woo! I'm gonna lose weight on that one.
Good job, Lisa. Good
Yeah,
job.
solid. All right, so we are definitely in the clear.
Yep.
I thought I would far enough. I was just making sure. All right, so again, there's going to be a red heart on either side and the word hay. And again, this is where that water soluble topper is really going to come into play, and you'll notice a difference.
Yep, definitely.
But what were we?
Thread kit.
Oh, thread kit. I'm like, I was saying something before I got distracted by my watch. So we have a thread kit that has Kimberbell themed colors, and it's not specific to
Like a project.
a project. It is specific to Kimberbell fabric. So it matches felt, matches leathers, and it matches the basics in the line.
Yep.
And then when there's a project that comes out, we also go through that. And when I'm stitching, if there's a color that you need for a specialty fabric in that project, we do and we kind of add in bonus colors into that kit. And when you buy that kit, you get to refill that kit at a special discounted price, so that when you're stitching all of these wonderful Kimberbell projects, and you're using those same colors over and over and over again, you can purchase those colors that you need at a very reasonable price.
Yep.
And that is called Stitching in Style with SNL. Yep. And you can purchase that on our website, and that you can refill those on our website with a code that you are provided when you purchase the kit.
Yep.
And it seems like it's very popular. We keep having to buy more threads. So it seems like it's going over very well. And because we add when there's a new project with new fabrics, people seem to find that it works pretty well for them.
Yeah, what we noticed is because each of the projects are oftentimes they have new fabrics, but so many of their projects are based on their basic line that, you know, every time we had a new quilt kit come out, we were basically putting, you know, half of the same colors were always the same. And we know nobody really wants to have, you know, 47
of the same
color.
School.
Right. That's okay, Holly. We missed you.
Totally understand.
We're glad you're
here
and getting reacclimated to.
Yep. Got lots of fun coming up. So
yes,
it's going to be a stitchy week and stitchy month.
Stitchy month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next couple of weeks we got lots going on. So that is red. So we have the two hearts and the word hay, which I know you can only kind of see there. I keep trying to pat that down so you can see. Now we're going to put in a lighter pink, which is color 305. Again, can be found in that thread kit. And all of the threads in that kit are from the Exquisite line. If anybody is out there going, well, what is that? Those are from Dime. So this is the last color to be stitched. It's the word Sweetie with a pink heart that's going to be over there.
Just felt fuzz.
Felt fuzz.
I was like, man, I was trying so hard to make sure that nothing gunky got on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's felt fuzz.
Yep.
And there is a darker pink I could have chosen, but I thought you'd like this one.
It's cute. It's very.
Oh, we do have a couple pinks in there.
This morning, Amazon was recommending pink trills after our conversation yesterday.
Yes, Caitlin is going to the Night Shine.
Is that tonight?
Nope, beginning of February.
Okay.
And so we've been looking for a dress for her, which is hard to find anything in store. So we are online and it ended up being on Amazon because that's where it had most things.
Right.
And of course, shopping online is a crapshoot. You know, size charts are always skewed.
Great.
And,
Yes.
so we actually ordered 2 dresses, and we're hoping one of them will work, and we can return the other whenever.
Yeah.
So we spent. So my size. It recommends the size if you order clothes.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what's going on and who I am and what I'm ordering at this point because the size charts are. It's like you think you should order this size, and it's like every time I click the new page, it would tell me a new size.
Yeah.
It was like
So confused.
it was very confused. It was trying to help, but it didn't know what the heck was going on. But we got some sequins coming, so
Good.
she's very excited. We found a great dress that would be delivered at the end of February. It's like, well, that one's not going to work, honey. And she's like, but why? I want that one. And I was like, that one won't make it in time. She's like, oh, well, that stinks. And I was like,
that's such a bummer, isn't
yes,
it?
it does. I totally agree. But
Now, is she going to go with her?
so he's going to, said he was going to register to go. And I said that we could take him so that they could go together. He just lives down the road from us. Well, I mean, like 3 minutes away. So I said that we would take him. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
But,
That'd be fun for her. Has she gone with any boys?
she has taken a date
A
before,
date,
and I know she had fun. I think she had just as much fun by herself, but she they make a point of making sure everybody has fun.
Fun,
So
right?
it's, they have support staff, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
So they have a red carpet runway that everybody goes in on.
Yeah.
And, they have cameras flashing and, so we have pictures of her one year. She was absolutely adorable. She literally posed like every 2 feet. She stopped, strike a new pose, and then she'd strut and and then strike another pose. It was, they post all of these photos.
Yeah.
And evidently they thought they were just as cute as we did because there was pictures of the whole stride down the runway, and it was very, very cute. And a year prior to that, she had a male escort, so she was on this gentleman's arm as she went. She was just like, the whole way down. It was cute, so I don't blame her a bit.
Oh my goodness, this is so
This
sweet.
darling. So let's pop over here. So here we are, guys. There's our stitch out of you, sweetie. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of this felt. Look at me. I'm remembering all on my own. And
Good job.
I know. You can't teach an old dog.
Oh goodness. So yeah, you could do this when you're outside of the hoop. Just
Absolutely. I like the
it
tension
holds
on it.
Yep.
Yeah. I personally find that to be a little helpful. So
And you just want to be careful when you're trimming this up to make sure that you on the outside it's not so big of not that big of a deal. But when you get to the inside, you want to make sure you don't trim through your other pieces of felt.
right.
So you do want to pay a little bit of attention. It is really, really, really cute.
Just going to give myself a little bit of
Something
wiggle
to grab.
room, so I can give it loft so that it's not tight against my inner pieces because that'll help me from cutting the wrong thing. So I'm literally like going in the middle and then sliding my scissor out. So I'm not cutting down.
Yeah. And this afternoon, we will be on for our normal Wednesday, which is now a normal Wednesday at 3:30. And are we gonna do the pillow?
I think so.
Yeah. So since we've been talking about so many different pillow backs and the Kimberbell projects and their 22-inch pillows and even the bed pillows, Lisa is going to share her her secret for making kind of like an invisible welted zipper or like an invisible type zipper, which really isn't an invisible zipper. It just looks like an invisible zipper, and it covers it. Yeah, you can't see it, which means like if you wanted to like cuddle with your pillow, you would be able to without getting like the zipper part stuck to your face, which is really nice. So we're gonna share how to do that in the special feat that we do that. So absolutely, that is what we're gonna do this afternoon. And Marion says, "Do you sell those scissors?" I know you will be shocked to know we do.
These are my favorites.
These
Look, I
are
have 1, 2, 3
right just
right
inside.
next to me
Yes.
because there's never enough.
These are double curve scissors, 6-inch double curve scissors. We have silver. We have some new versions that are matte black and
And
like matte
blue.
blue. They will range from 20.
These ones here I believe are 18.
Okay, yep. So
And then
20 to
the
$40.
new ones are $39.95.
Yeah.
We found them at
The sewing
the
expo.
Sewing Expo, and they're like, oh my God, these are
They're
awesome.
so pretty.
And so we had to buy them. So we bought them, and then we bought them from the store.
Yes.
So
And
that you
they
guys can buy them.
are online, or you can get them when you're in store. But you can just Google, not Google, but you can just put double curve into the search bar of our website, and you will find them as well.
All right. So this is a soluble. It's going to give that a little bit more now. Maybe. Where's this? Stray felt. All right. So when you work with water soluble, of course, it's not going to tear. I think that you could have used tearaway on here if you wanted. Really your choice. This is a thinner fabric, so I think water soluble is probably the better choice. What do you?
I think
But depending upon what you got in your stash, you certainly could use the tearaway. Sticky. Still need sticky either way. So I am just getting rid of as much as I can because, of course, we don't want any more than we have to.
you don't want to have to rinse out more than you need to.
Yep, that's what I was going with.
I knew that.
Just going to finish my sentences for me.
What's the point of tag teaming if you can't, right?
You can't, right? So notice that I'm pulling that up so I don't risk
Trimming the actual
trimming
towel.
the towel and putting a hole in my towel because that's always a bummer when you have worked this hard and then you put a hole in your project.
Yeah.
That's no fun. No fun at all. Almost back to where I started. So I would probably leave it just like that until I'm actually needing to wash it,
Mhm.
and just let the washing machine take care of that for me. But you guys can do it however you would like. So there it is. Ta-da!
So cute.
All set.
I know. It is so stinking cute. Good job.
That one's one
Good
of my
job.
favorites, I
Yes,
think.
that was a lot of fun.
That was adorable.
Yeah,
Gotta have one of them.
absolutely. Had that on your forehead again, my little mouse guy.
He's
Not that
always on.
anybody
He
else can
he
see.
like magnetizes to my forehead, so I'm over it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it for today, right? The designs are still available. You can purchase them. We're either out of kits or we're very
This was
close.
the last one that we had prepared, but I'm pretty sure we have that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we have that.
So
I'm not sure where we're at on towels, but
yeah,
we can always order
yeah,
more.
we
So
will
we
try
can
to.
still fill them. It might take us a minute, but we can absolutely still fill orders. So
Yeah.
you bet.
Um, I love this. Can you explain the program?
Of course.
Sure. Um, so Holly asked us to explain the program a little bit. So Kimberbell Digital Dealer Program. Um, the designs are $10 if you purchase them individually, or you can purchase them the whole year.
Right.
That is also available. Each month, we basically submit your information to Kimberbell, and a design gets loaded into your Kimberbell account um, digitally so that you can download it and you have access to it at any time. And then we will have kits available um, for the particular project. This month's kit, our particular kit, we instead of breaking up the towel kits, we decided that everybody was going to get 2 towels.
You know, because
Um,
quite frankly, what are we going to do with a whole bunch
the
of
gray towels.
individual towels laying around
Yes.
here? So we made the decision. Yes, gingerbread.
So that's kind of
So
the
when,
design
yep.
in a
So
nutshell.
if you decide you'd like to go with the entire year, you get the designs at a discount.
Yes.
So you can buy the bundle of designs for 89.95, 99, I don't
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
pennies, but so basically instead of $120 by buying them all individually, if you like the bulk of them,
Mhm.
you're smarter, quite frankly, to buy the year
Right.
and get the designs as a bundle, and then it'll just show up in your account. You don't have to go in and order it every month.
Right.
If you like all but two, you're still better getting the whole year because
Right.
it's still cheaper to buy the whole year than to buy 10 of them.
Yep.
So we won't have that bundle available for a whole lot longer because once we move farther into February,
Right.
it won't make sense for us to have the back ones available as a yearly bundle.
Yep.
So if you want to do that
You
sooner
should
rather than later,
now.
yep, there is a bundle available with all designs and all kits or just all designs.
Yes.
So you can go either route, and we will set aside a kit for you if you have pre-ordered the fabric and embellishment kit. We do include embellishments. We don't include stabilizer in those, just so that you know.
Yep.
Because we can't guess what hoop you're using, so we don't attempt to figure that out. So you can stitch this on any design, anything. Doesn't have to even be a towel, but you can
Right.
absolutely stitch it on any type of towel that you would like. It could be a terry towel, it could be
Mhm.
one of the other tea towel types or waffle weave. Doesn't make any difference at all.
Mhm.
You own the design once you purchased it, and you can use it however you would like.
Absolutely.
I think that this would be darling on many different things. So you could just have fun with it. So
Absolutely. So that is the
that
thing
is
in
the
a
program in a
nutshell.
nutshell.
And
Absolutely.
Jane, I know you were asking about your block of the month. You should be able to check out tracking
Should
numbers
have gotten
soon.
an email with the
Mhm.
tracking, and everything got picked up. So, as
Uh,
long as
UPS, or I mean, post office stuff. There's some UPS stuff over there.
post office did,
Yeah,
I guess I'd have to look to see,
yeah. But you'll
whether
have it
yours
before class. And if you don't already have an account, you can sign into our website and put your information and get an account, and then you will be able to see your previous orders, and you would be able to check out the tracking number if you get usual notifications. If it has been shipped up, actually, as soon as he gives you the tracking number, you should get some
You
sort of a
should get an
notification.
email as soon as he has the tracking,
Yeah,
and
and that's the best way to
the bulk of everything
figure out
went
yesterday.
USPS, and those have all gone to the post office, so should have been scanned into the system, not just a tracking number and
Mhm.
not picked up yet. Those have all been picked up and should be in the system somewhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Where? I don't know, because
yeah,
they're not here anymore.
yeah, but everybody should
So,
get them before next week when we actually have class. So
absolutely. I'm getting excited. We're getting
we're getting close.
really close.
Yes.
So,
We just have to get through this week's classes.
yes, because we're both teaching Friday and Saturday. So
Mhm.
you've got all about rotary cutting and how to make that work right. What
Yes.
tools are the better tools and what tools to stay away from
How to
and
use your tools properly.
how to use them and all that good stuff. And
Yeah.
then I'm gonna make a calendar while talking about tearaway stabilizers and which ones we like and which ones to use where.
Mhm.
And I'm also going to talk about buttonholes in hoop because you gave me that idea. So,
It's really cute.
yeah, and we're going to do that. And then I'm also going to talk about fine line thread. That was just an added bonus.
Yeah.
So, lots of things to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll see some of you this afternoon.
yep,
And
we'll see you then.
yeah.
Thanks for hanging out this morning and see you next time.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.